everyone, it's Nancy here, back with another process video for you, and I'm just using up my quirky kit again. Coming to the last few bits of paper that I really love. Not that I really loved any of them in here, but I'm just going through them, and again I use a piece from Basic Grey, and I'm using the rest of that linen piece of paper that I had left over also. And I'm going to be using 3 4x6 photos on this layout. I'm also going to be using the Ready Set Go Amy Tan collection. As you know, this is a paper pad that I'm also trying to use up, but it works really well with actually the papers in this kit. I'm going to use this quite loud piece of paper for my background, but I am just going to cut that down slightly and mount it on top of the Amy Tan background there, which is a small chevron. It's like a printed craft and white chevron. So that is my background paper. I'm then going to add mist over the top of this, and to start with I'm adding just some of my matte white mist. Then I'm also adding some of the, I believe this is called Classic Tan, and that's a Mr. Huey that I have. I find that does not dry on cardstock, but it dries okay on paper. So I'm just adding that to the background, even though it's quite a busy background anyway. You know me, I like to add some more busyness on top, so I've just chucked some ink on top there. And then I've also just pulled out my Do Crafts Artisan, and that is in the Goldstone. So I'm just using this off-cut piece of Basic Grey paper, and that's from the Spice Market collection, and I'm just using it the size it was, just as a photo mat. And these are just 3 photos that were actually, I guess that, well, it's the title, what I call it, outtakes in the end, because yeah, they were just outtakes of that, of some photos that we took. It was a really windy day, but really sunny, and we decided to walk down to the beach, which is just near my caravan, and we took some photos, and either my boyfriend was doing a gormless face on purpose, or he had his eyes closed, or I had wind blowing my hair in my eyes. So yeah, these are kind of like the outtake photos, but it kind of sums us up in a way. And you know, my boyfriend looks like he's got a boat coming out of the back of his head. So yeah, but I really like the photos, you know, because it was a lovely sunny day, so yeah, I just really like them. So, and again, as I said, it sums up our silliness. So I've done that background, and I've mounted the photos. So while that's drying, I'm just going through the cut and paste collection there, and that was the Amy Tan one, and just looking for the Project Life cards that I can use to start building up my cluster. I had set this aside, but it hadn't actually dried, so I am just going to just use my heat gun to just blast that. And as I said, I'm happy with how that looks. I do then decide, I'm not quite sure what side I want to put my cluster, because one of the piece of papers meant that it wasn't quite going to fit how I envisioned, because this piece, the kind of blank bit, was on the wrong side. But I ended up just turning that upside down actually, and using that I cover up the flower designs and things on it. Some of these bits are from the, as I said, the Ready Set Go cut apart sheet, and the rest are sort of cut and paste, not sorter, they are, Nancy, cut and paste Project Life cards. And as you know, I'm on a bit of a mission to use my Project Life cards up, actually get them on paper. For a while I battled with the whole it having rounded corners, other stuff not, but I think I'm pretty much over that actually. And also, I'm not afraid to just hack them up now and use elements off them, because, you know, it's better that I use them up than they just sit there, you know, doing nothing. Also, I do have like 10 of each when in the big kits. I have actually shared a couple of the kits with some friends, because there's no way, unless you're going to do it proper traditional Project Life, or, you know, make really, really simple, there's no way that you're going to use 10 of each at all. So I pulled those up and I started to build my clusters up there, and so I'm just going to go through my die cut box. As you know, this is where I keep all the sort of bits and pieces from past layouts. You will see there is that life acetate. To be fair, before I get around to using it, I think I've got time to like hire a professional choreographer to like make a whole dance up and, you know, film it and light it, and, you know, because I think it's going to be that big a celebration when it gets on the layout. I know quite a few people have suggested ways that I could possibly use it up, including mounting it on some cardstock, some just ideas of what subject matters I could use for a layout. So yes, I am sure that I will get it used up at some point. But yeah, it doesn't get on this layout at all. So I think I'm pretty much decided now where I'm going to put my clusters. So I'm going to start sticking stuff down. As you know, this is often my process. I stick it down because, you know, as the worst happens, you can pull it off. And one piece of paper on this layout, I think I pull off and move about 6 or 7 times. It's ridiculous. I decided that I didn't really like that kind of space there, so I do actually end up just mounting a whole Project Life card within that journaling block there. And I really like it, and it's got the camera on it, and as you'll know, I love that kind of sketchy camera look. It's lovely, so really happy with how that looks. And I'm just, again, just working out how my placement's going to look. And I'm trying to be quite decisive and stick things down. Here I'm just pulling out all the other little bits and pieces that were in that die cut box. I'm just fussy cutting the heart there that was on the Project Life card. And I pulled that on the previous layout as well, but I decided to actually use one of those up. And I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing here because my video has just stopped, but I think I'm just kind of fussy cutting through bits. Oh yes, this is the Ormolu Ormolu cut apart sheet. And I tried to use it, but the boxiness was kind of getting in the way, so actually I do just fussy cut around that and use that in that top cluster. Again, that Love This was cut out of a Project Life card. I do contemplate using that laughter piece, and it was all going well. You'll see later on I end up screwing it up because I end up putting inky fingerprints on it. I did try and use this transparency piece because I really liked it, but it just wasn't working. And I think about moving bits and mounting that, but no, that doesn't work. So again, I'm using a border strip just to mount behind that laughter, but as I said, I do end up then putting an inky fingerprint on it, and it annoys me, so I screw it up and chuck it away. As I said, I mean, like that hugs piece I cut out on my Cameo quite a while ago. It's been in my die cut box for a while, and I really don't end up liking it. I stick it down, and then I end up pulling it off, and I have to cover over it. It's one of those things, it just, I don't know, that it was red plain cardstock, it just stood out and looked, it was the wrong kind of red. It was more of a blue red than an orangey red, and I just couldn't get it to work, so that bit does end up being pulled off, and there's rip marks on the paper. But as I said, you know, what's the worst that happens? You rip your paper and you just stick something over it. So, which is what I end up doing. So here's this where I'm just destroying that laughter thing, and then I get I get glue on it, and then I get ink on it, and just no, jog it up, and don't end up using that. So, here's when I make this fatal mistake of sticking that down, but it's not fatal. I just said it doesn't matter. It's paper. Yeah, I just stick it down. But it just, yeah, there's a bit of dead space then between that and the photo, but I didn't want it to cover up the word above, and yeah, I don't like it. Just using some 3D foam to stick that heart up on. And again, I've just used another little Ormolu cut apart label on the back there, and that just picks up the same red that is used within that Together banner that I cut out. This is the Storyteller from Crepe Paper sticker sheet. And there's quite a few stickers that are the sort of right shade of sort of red on here, so I do end up using a couple of those on this layout. And here I'm starting to kind of work out where I want to build my cluster up, and then where I'm going to put my title, etc. So I'm just going through all my different labels here. I have pulled out a label from a Dear Lizzie sticker sheet, but I don't end up sticking that on. Again, it just looks wrong. It's just a funny shape, and I just couldn't get it to work. That Life's a Journey sticker is from a very old sticker sheet, from Pink Paisley, I believe. I have 2 of those sticker sheets for some reason. And I play about with where I'm going to put that, but I actually end up moving that over to the cluster on the other side. So it moves back over there. I do have a few of the Ready Set Go stickers left, and I just pull a couple of those out to add to the clusters. And I really like how that cluster's starting to come together there. Again, I'm just trying to move stickers a bit about. I don't worry too much about the stickiness on them, because I think, to be honest, yeah, stickers are quite easy to pull up if you don't push them down really hard. And again, I'm just taking, this is from the Close Knit collection from Crepe Paper, and this is a sticker sheet with that. And that came in one of my kits that I subscribed to. So I'm just using one of the stickers off there because I wanted to just bring the circular element down. That small tab at the bottom there, I move around so much. Not the one with the heart on, the one that says Right Now, which I cut out of a Project Life card. But yeah, I move it down, I cut it down, I move it. Because there's a rip in the paper there, I really wanted to cover that up. So I'm going to fuss with that for a little bit longer. But in the end, it looks alright. So again, just pulling stickers out, and this is again from a really old, I believe it's Crepe Paper, that sticker sheet. Just trying to, you know, use them up really. So here I am using my not so favourite pokey tool to pull off that Hugs. As I said, it does leave rip marks on the paper, but you know, it's fine. We'll get over that. We'll find a way to conquer it. And I'm actually so much happy how the final layout ends up looking. I'm just going to put in moving one of those stickers as well down to the bottom. I just wanted to make sure I had sort of enough sort of circular elements on this layout, because I picked those circles out. Just trying little bits and pieces in each of the clusters. So I decided to use up some washi tape. This washi tape I've used so much. I love it. It's a lovely coral chevron. And I believe that came in a Studio Calico kit. So I'm just going to add that to sort of 3 different places on the layout. Did contemplate adding a little bit to the bottom there, but then don't. I've then also got a star piece of washi tape out as well. To look at adding that on first. And again, I'm just building up the layers here, and also it covers up those rip marks really well. I do cut that bit of washi tape too short, but I haven't got much left on the roll, so I end up just joining it up. That's the good thing with washi tape, you can kind of join it up quite easily. Also in the Quirky kit, I had these Dear Lizzie cut apart pieces, so I want to use those up. I used one on a previous layout as well. So I've just pulled 3 of those out. One of them is a hot air balloon. It hasn't really got anything to do with it other than it was a nice day, but I thought, when else am I going to use this hot air balloon? So I decided to stick that on there. I used that big circular element at the bottom, which covers up all those rip marks and everything lovely. And then I also used one that says happy. These American Crafts DIY cork heart stickers also came in the kit, so I wanted to get those used up, and again that just adds another texture to this layout. I had these buttons that have been kicking around forever. They're Alison Craft Recorder collection, so I just wanted to make sure I use those up. And again, it's just adding another circular element to that top cluster. So I'm really happy with how that's all looking. I'm then just taking this Hocus Pocus alphabet, which you saw in previous videos. I think it's pink paisley. I think it is. But it's a lovely orange glittery font, and I'm just using that to stick the date up there in the top. I was going to try and use it for some of my title, but there wasn't enough letters. But I decided as I had it out, I wanted to use it on this layout. I then do end up using the punctuation marks just to add a little sort of glimmer dots to each of those cork hearts. It's not much, but it adds a nice little glimmer, and it just picks up that, just picks it up really, and I really like it. These are some American Craft stickers. I believe these came in a kit, and they're a lovely pink colour, and I'm going to use those to do my title, and my title is just Outtakes. As I said, these were outtakes from other photos that I'm going to scrap from this day. So that is then coming up to the end of this layout. I hope you like this layout. I now think I've got the video software sussed, so it's all good. So thank you for everyone for being a bit patient with me, because I haven't had as many videos up. I really do appreciate that. So yes, I've really enjoyed, doing this layout, and I like doing layouts with 3 photos. So here is just some close-up shots for you. Thank you very much for watching, everyone, and I'll be back again soon. So bye!